Property number 6 is if all the elements of a particular row or a column are added with same multiples of corresponding elements of any other row or column, then the value of determinant does not change. So I will explain this to you with the help of an example. Okay, let me take one example. Okay, say I have a determinant here. I have a determinant, and the determinant is, say, 50, 62, 7, and 80. 50, 62, and 80. Then here I have 5, 6, and 8. 5, 6, and 8. And here I have 3, 2, minus 1. Now see, students, look at the elements of R1. They are big numbers. They are huge numbers. You understand? They are big numbers. They are huge numbers. Yes. So listen what I will do. I will use this property, and with the help of this property, I will reduce this elements of R1. See, I'm writing R1 changes to, what I'm writing, R1 changes to R1 plus minus 10 times R2. See, what am I going to do? Just understand this. What am I going to do? I'm going to add with all the elements of R1. I'm going to add with all the elements of R1 minus 10 times the elements of R2. Yes, you heard me right. You know what? See, I will multiply minus 10 in all the elements of R2. Yes, I will multiply minus 10 in all the elements of R2. So see here, minus 5 into, see this 5 into minus 10, then 6 into minus 10, 6 into minus 10, and 8 into minus 10. Yes, that is what I have written. Minus 10 times R2. Minus 10 times R2. I'm going to multiply minus 10 with all the elements of R2, and I will add it to R1. I will add it to the corresponding elements of R1. Corresponding. That is, this whatever I will get, I will add here. I will see whatever I will get here, I will add in this. Whatever I will get, I will add in this. Okay, that is corresponding. So you can check. Now you will understand the property. See, what is the property? If all the elements of a particular row are added, if all the elements of a particular row are added, here which row I am choosing? I am choosing R1. If all the elements of R1, I am adding to the elements of R1. Particular, you have written no particular row. So here that particular row is R1. I am adding to R1. What am I adding? With the same multiple of corresponding elements of any other row. See, same multiple. What do I mean by same multiple? See, same multiple because minus 10, minus 10, minus 10. See, minus 10. Everywhere you are multiplying minus 10. So same multiple of corresponding elements. Why do we write corresponding elements? Because whatever you are going to get after multiplying minus 10 in this, you will add where? Here. Here, whatever you will get, you will add where? Here. And for this, you will add here. Corresponding. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen that what you are getting by minus 10, by multiplying minus 10, what you got here, don't add in this. No, 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 no. That will be wrong. whatever you are getting by multiplying minus 10, you will not add in this or this. No, it will be added where? Correspondingly. Correspondingly means it will be added. Whatever you get here, it will be added like this. Here, like this, and like this. So you can check what will happen now. In the next step, I will get C. And my dear students, when you do this, don't you think, my dear students, don't you now think that the elements of R1 will change? Yes, that is why you write here R1 changes to R1 plus minus 10 R2. What do you write? You write R1 changes to. In the next step, see, the next determinant that you will get, it will be R1 going to be different. What about R2 and R3? No, they will remain same. Only R1 will change. So write R2, 5, 6, 8, R3, 3, 2, minus 1. What will be R1? See, R1 is R1 plus minus 10 R2. Multiply minus 10. It will become minus 50. Add. It will become 0. Multiply minus 10. Multiply minus 10 in R2. It will become minus 60. Now add minus 60 here. If I add negative 60 to 62, I will get 2. What will this become when you multiply minus 10? Negative 80. It will become minus 80. Now add it, so it will become 0. Tell me, students. Students, I take one more example here. Okay, what I forgot to tell you is after having used this property, that is after having changed R1, the elements of R1 by adding the minus 10 times of the elements of corresponding minus 10 times the corresponding elements of R2, whatever new determinant I'm getting, the value of this determinant will remain same. That is, if you suppose solve this and your answer is alpha, solving this, you will still get alpha. There will be absolutely no change. No change, absolutely. You can copy this first. So students, here I will bring a change. See, what do I write? I notice that elements of third column are quite big. I can make them small. See, I will write here. This is negative 35. So you know what I try? I try to make this 0. How can I make this 0? If I add 35, it will become 0. But how do I get 35? Very simple. I will multiply 5 in the elements of column 1. See, multiply 7 into 5. And remember, if you multiply 7 into 5, you will also multiply minus 3 into 5 and 12 into 5. You cannot do in just one element. You have to do in all the elements of that column. Yes, whichever column you choose. Like what am I? See, first thing, I'm trying to add to which elements? To the elements of column 3. First thing is this. I'm going to add to the elements of column 3. Now the question is, why do I choose this? Why did I choose the elements of column 3? Because these numbers are big numbers. I want to make them small. Okay. Now, how are you going to make them small? This is negative 35. I thought of making it 0. You can ask me, sir, why did you think so? Because I saw 7 here. I thought if I multiply 5, this will become 35. And if I add this negative 35 plus 35 will become 0. But the task here is, the condition here is that you cannot just multiply in one element. You'll have to multiply all the elements of that column. Exactly. So what I will do, I will multiply with C here. So the property that is transformation, such kind of property is known as transformation. So I will write C here. What I'm writing, C3 changes to, I'm going to do the changes in elements of C3, column 3. C3 changes to, how will the change come? By addition C3 plus. See here what it was, R1 changes to R1 plus, R1 changes to R1 plus. So C3 changes to C3 plus. Always remember, it is always going to be plus, that column plus, that row plus. Okay, you are going to add. That is what you have written, added, added. If all the elements of a particular row or a column are added with the same multiple of corresponding elements of any other row or column. So see here, C3 plus what? 5 times C1, 5 times C1. So what will you do? Is C1 and C2 going to change? No, C1 and C2 are not changing. They will remain same. So just write 7 minus 3 and 12, 2, 3, and 5. But C3 will change. How? Multiply 5 to the elements of C1. So multiply 5 in 7, 35. Now add it, 0. Multiply 5 here. It will become minus 15. Add it. 30 plus minus 15 is plus 15. This will become 60. This will become 12 5s are 60. Okay. And 60. And here you will get 46. Yes. You will get 46. Now you can say, so this minus 14 became too big. See here, this is 60, 12 5 is 60. So 60 when you are adding to minus 14, how much you get? You get 46. But then it is okay. You know what? I'm happy that I got a zero here. I'm happy that I got a zero here. See, I can go for one more transformation in the same determinant, that is in this determinant. Okay, one more thing. I forgot to tell you that if the value of this determinant happens to be, say, beta, then this will still remain beta. The value will not change. Now, I am going to, in this determinant only, let me apply one more transformation. Let me apply one more transformation in the same determinant. So see here what I'm going to write. I'm writing here R3 changes to, I'm writing here R3 changes to R3 plus minus 3R2. R3 plus minus 3R2. You know what? I'm going to multiply. And why I'm doing this? Because I see that this will become small number. It's 46, this will become 45 because this will become minus 45. And when I will add, it will become 46 minus 45, that is 1. So see here, students, the next step I will get. So in the next step, I will get here. See, R1 and R2 are not going to change. R1 and R2 will remain same. So 720 R1. R2 is minus 3, 315. R3 will change. How is R3 changing? R3 plus minus 3R2. R3 plus minus 3R2. Multiply minus 3 here and add. So this will become minus 3 when you multiply, this will become plus 9. So 21. Minus 3 when you multiply, this will become minus 9. So minus 4. And this minus 45. So this will become 1. And as a matter of fact, you know, this will still be beta. What will it be? It will be beta. Okay, the value will not change. In this, you applied this transformation, you still have the same value beta, beta, beta. Now in this, you applied this transformation. The determinant looks different. This determinant is definitely looking different from this determinant. The value is still beta. Here also the value is beta as this was and this was. I hope you all have understood. Now we can solve problems on properties of determinant.